Welcome back to Attack the Block, the series where I talk all about cartoon blocks of the past and present. This is episode 4, and today's block is more fun and interesting than a deep dive of historical precedent. Regular Time and Adventure Show was a block on Cartoon Network that launched in 2016 and died in the same year. To understand why that is, you have to understand Cartoon Network and its viewers up to that point. Toward the end of the 2000s, Stu Snyder replaced Jim Samples as president of Cartoon Network, and in his first year of leadership, included the ending of production for legendary series like Kids Next Door, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and most notably Ed, Edd and Eddy, which had been around itself since 1999. While new shows like The Misadventures of Flapjack and Chowder were original, fun, and hilarious additions, they just couldn't fill the gap left by so many legendary cartoons. 2010 changed that. Adventure Time, created by Pendleton Ward, launched in April. Regular Show, created by J.G. Quintel, launched in September. Both became instantly loved by the cartoon community. Adventure Time's specialty was that of not only Finn and Jake's own adventures, but the ever-expanding curiosity of the world around them. What made Finn the last human? Why are citizens of Candy Kingdom made of candy? What is Candy Kingdom? Who is the Ice King? Why does he have penguins? Why is Marceline the vampire so cool, and what is her backstory? Finn and Jake's goofy and lovable bond was icing on the cake. While some episodes featured misadventures, others slowly unraveled this unique and truly special world. Special episodes like Adventure Time with Fiona and Cake, Time Sandwich, as well as whole mini-series bent on answering particular questions widened and deepened the universe. Regular Show's specialty was a complete counteraction to Adventure Time. Instead of being in a world so far outside our own, the adventures of Mordecai and Rigby, no matter how outrageous, always felt down to earth and natural. The series was much less about asking questions and more of following a cast of characters that became the viewer's best friends. As I said in my review 2 years ago, unlike Adventure Time, which has become more complex due to additional characters and increased depth surrounding the world of Finn and Jake, Regular Show accepts its quirks without a need or interest to explain itself. The skill of Regular Show was centralizing on the main cast, particularly Mordecai and Rigby, so well I felt a personal connection to these characters when they were slacking, dealing with breakups, or facing the destruction of the world alongside baby ducks. The concept of a Regular Show Adventure Time crossover had been at a fever pitch since the two launched, but dreams were dashed in swiftness when Adventure Time creator Pendleton Ward had disinterest in connecting the two shows through a crossover episode. So the two series went their own directions. By 2016, Cartoon Network had a strong, recognizable, and unique lineup of original animation. Hell, even the president had changed from Stu Snyder to Christina Miller. The 7 strong original series were a force unseen since the 2000s, and it was a great return to form. There were a few caveats, particularly the fact that though there was a strong front of original cartoons, network ratings were still dropping, and acquired cartoons like Teen Titans Go were being featured in much higher percentages than originals. At the same time, the two series had become what I like to call the old guard. Both Adventure Time and Regular Show were in their 7th seasons. Both had been nominated every single year for a number of awards. Both had heavy fandom support, noticeable through merchandise sales and general popularity. Regular Show the movie premiered in 2015, and hype for an Adventure Time feature had never waned. Many from the Adventure Time production team splintered off to create new series including Over the Garden Wall, Steven Universe, Clarence, and OKKO. The identity of Cartoon Network was built from these two cartoons, and by 2016 were the bedrock of Cartoon Network itself. So, in February of 2016, promos began for Regular Time and Adventure Show, combining the epicness of both through new premieres, episodes voted on by viewers, and shorts. The block kicked off on March 5th, 2016, and aired Saturdays during the last 2 hours of Cartoon Network's broadcast, specifically starting at 6 p.m. and ending at 8 p.m. The first hour featured Regular Show episodes, while the second was Adventure Time. Sometime in each of the 2 hours, there would be interstitial shorts from the two series. Within only 9 broadcasts, the block was canned. The reasons are simple once you look at it from all angles. First, there's your average viewer. Sure, Adventure Time and Regular Show had the ability to attract a surprising skew of demographics, but anyone, at any age range, watching that previously aired promo could get confused and have the potential to think the block was actually a crossover. Walk in and walk out within 10 seconds of the ending and you wouldn't get the information that you'd need to know that it wasn't actually a crossover. This created immediate backlash from viewers expecting more than just a block combining the two series, thus resulting in lower ratings for the block after its premiere. Second are the shows themselves. Though Regular Show and Adventure Time were both the bedrock of Cartoon Network, their viewership was already lower than that of earlier seasons. At 6 years old, both series had lasted much longer than average on the network. Sure, those two were great for merchandising, but outside of that, newer series had captured the attention. Third, a block made with only 2 cartoons, particularly 2 age cartoons as we mentioned before, would have to do a lot to keep itself relevant. Both series tried. They aired popular episodes, premiered new episodes, and had shorts of their own cartoons as interstitials. The block was even placed in primetime Saturday night slots. So, on April 30th, Regular Time and Adventure Show aired its final showing, airing what was exclusively Regular Show. Regular Show the movie, and the Brilliant Duck Crisis special. The story of Regular Time and Adventure Show is really disappointing because this is a true instance of Cartoon Network actually trying really hard. Pendleton Ward destroyed the chance of the 2 shows actually having a crossover, so the network itself went as far as it could on its own terms by gluing the 2 together, and it really should have worked. Here were 2 shows that were in primetime positioning and didn't rhyme with Shmeem, Schmite, and Schmo. I mean, this is what the viewers said they wanted, right? For Cartoon Network to do something original with their own original properties in a time slot that they'd actually watch. But what do you guys think of Regular Time and Adventure Show? Were the failures on the network, or was it viewer expectations? Comment below, and as always, thanks for watching Attack the Block.